Hello, brothers, sisters, friends. Welcome to our midweek service. And today we're going to learn about character and relationship. The title of today's lesson is A Velvet Brick. And you might think, what's a velvet brick? A velvet brick is an idiom that describes a man that is strong on the inside and soft on the outside. Someone who is tough and yet tender. Someone who is filled with conviction, but also filled with compassion. When we have that kind of balance in our character, we will also have great relationship. Let's look in the Bible, John chapter 1, verse 17. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. So we see here from the Bible describes Jesus as a man who was full of grace and truth. In other words, a velvet covered brick. A man who is strong on the inside and soft on the outside. And we too need to learn to imitate Jesus in that way. So we have to ask ourselves, what type of person are you? Are you a velvet brick? Or are you in between? So why is it important to be a velvet covered brick? Because if you are a person with the character of a brick, you're going to hurt the people around you. And if you are a person who is all velvet, you're going to be run over and stepped over, and you yourself getting hurt. Are you a brick? Or are you a velvet? Or are you in between? Let's look at some characteristics of the different type of personality and character that we can have. Alright, so the first type of personality is a bulldozer. Someone who is totally on the side of the brick. Can you imagine a bulldozer? Somebody who just wants to win and bulldoze everybody around them so that he can get his own way. And when you think about that, what's the harm that can come along with that? We hurt the people that is around us. And the second personality is a doormat. You know a doormat. What do we do with doormat? We step all over it. Is that your personality? You let people step all over you. You don't like to confront or fight, but you just surrender and avoid. And the problem with that, the harm that comes along, your heart will get hurt and eventually you'll feel bitter. And the third personality, I call them the invisible man. You know why I call them that? They neither have ideas or opinion. They just come to the house and disappear. What's the harm? You basically don't have relationship with the people within the house because you're not there. Physically you're there, but emotionally you're not with the people in the house. And the next one, thorn bushes. Have you ever been poked by a thorn before? Ouch! They are unassuming. You don't really see it, but guess what? They will poke your fingers if you're not careful. That type of personality is the character where you don't really attack. You're silent when you're hurt, but then you're very critical. And the words that you say hurt other people without them even knowing it. And what is the harm that will come to you? You will store bitterness in your heart, and you will eventually drive the person away. And the next personality is Mr. Make Everyone Happy. He's the kind that doesn't like conflict. He's the kind that likes to agree with everybody, even if the people are wrong. They just want to make other people happy. And what is the problem with that? Eventually, the people around them are not happy because he does not provide guidance and proper opinions so that their lives can be better. So, What kind of person am I? I'm someone who is on the swing. Sometimes I can be very velvety or brickety. What does that mean? Most of you knows me. I'm usually very calm. But, sometimes in my heart, even though I'm very calm, I can unfortunately get very angry and explode. And that is not very good because that hurts the people around me. So I too had to learn how to be a velvet covered brick. Someone who is strong on the inside but sensitive on the outside. So how can we be a person who is a velvet brick, full of truth and grace? Here are 5 scenarios. Number 1, in your relationship, are you someone who is principled? That means you follow what's right, but yet at the same time, warm. Number 2, in handling conflicts, are you someone who is forthright, who will not avoid and deal with conflict, but at the same time, kind and merciful, forgiving the people who have hurt you? And thirdly, in setting directions and giving vision to the people around you, are you someone who is clear and rational, and yet possess the quality of compassion and patience under you, because you know not everybody can follow the speed that you go. Because not everybody is a Ferrari. You might be a Ferrari going very fast, but they could be a Viva going very slow. And then number 4, in teaching others, are you someone who is very practical yet patient? And finally, number 5, in terms of setting priorities and following priorities, are you someone who is disciplined yet flexible when there is a need for change? So brothers, sisters, friends, you might ask, can I really change if I'm all velvet? Can I learn to be someone who is velvet covered brick? Or if I'm all brick, can I learn how to be someone who is in the middle, a velvet covered brick? I think of an example in the Bible, Peter. Peter, as you know, he is very loudmouth, totally all brick. In Matthew chapter 26, verse 33, it says here, Peter replied to Jesus when Jesus told him that Jesus is going to the cross and die. Even if all fall away on account of you, I will never fall. In fact, Peter was the one who cut the high priest's servant's ear when the servant came to arrest Jesus. He was totally all brick. For someone like that, you wonder, can they really change? And then we look in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, you will see a total transformation of Peter. Finally, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. Wow, did you see the change? From someone who is full of brick, now to have a velvet heart. But yet we know in the Bible, from the book of Acts onward, Peter did not change where he did not no longer had any conviction, but he still had conviction, but filled with compassion. So brothers, sisters, friends, let's imitate Peter and follow what Jesus says, to be a man filled with grace and truth, a velvet covered brick. Thank you very much. See you next week. Have a great time discussing what kind of person you are, and talk to each other how you can help each other to change.